guys, so I'm making this video today as it's been requested that people want to see how I make human hair dreadlock extensions. I start with just 100% human hair. This is clip-in extensions. It's on a double width, so I could probably make 3 or maybe 4 out of this section of hair. So what I do is I take about an inch section of hair here. Now these are for a client of mine, so I need to make them before he turns up. So what I do is I usually support this end, but as I am showing you on camera, I can't really wrap this around a coat hanger. But I want to give you a close-up demonstration of what I'm trying to explain about the crochet method, because not everybody likes crochet method. A lot of people think that it ruins your hair and it damages things, and I mean, if you don't do it right, then yeah, of course it's going to damage your hair. So I would support this bit usually by holding it around a coat hanger around my knees, but then I wouldn't have anywhere to put my camera, or I would hold this end in my mouth if it's my own extensions, because I really don't mind. Ignore that noise, that's my dog. So this would get backcombed. So I'm just going to quickly show you how. Don't know what that is. A piece of red stuff. It's in the hair extension itself. So backcomb, backcomb, backcomb until you start getting this nest. And then what I do when I get to this point is I pull it like this. So all the wispy hairs are facing down the dreadlock. And then I go back in and do it again. Push up the knots. See them? These knots right here. I'm pushing them up. The ones I've just made. So this is now like combable hair right here. But there's a knot just below it. So I'm going to push that knot up. I'm going to work like this until I get all the hair nicely pushed up, and then I'm just going to pull that. You can see I'm not pulling any of the knots out. It's still very knotted in there. I'm not pulling anything out when I pull this down. And this is my tail end, so I'm just going to get some of this back combed up into here. Right, so once I've done this bit, like I keep saying, I would usually have this supported somewhere. So I don't, so I'm trying to explain to you. So I go in with this comb. This is a knit comb. You can get this from any drugstore or chemist. And then I'm going to go in again and I'm just going to tighten up these knots. Just in, pull, release, move down, in, pull, whoop, release. And just work your way all the way down till you reach the bottom. Right. Now this is where the interesting bit starts. So I put on my little thumb glove because my thumbs get cut up so much with the technique that I use. Now, if you want to see the technique with me in frame showing you on my hair how to do this technique, then I suggest you go to my previous video, and that kind of gives you a demonstration of what I'm about to show you in reverse. This is me showing you how I would do it with me looking at it if I was doing it in somebody's hair, but on the other video it's how I put it into my own hair. So depending on what you're doing and what you're using this video for, whether you're putting it into somebody else's hair, then watch this one, but if you're putting it into your own hair, then it's probably a wise idea to go and watch the other video. So I have my crochet hooks here. I have a 0.75mm, a 0.5mm, then I have my latch hook, and then I have this other 0.5mm. This is my favourite, and it's all like broken up around the end and I've chewed it to bits, but I love that one. You kind of find a favourite tool, I think. So So what I do is I support this in my hand, and I put my thumb glove against it, and I will put the crochet hook through this nest, so right through the middle, so you can't see it on either side because it's gone right through that middle, and I put it there. Now I've got this hook here, you can see I'm going to have that hook facing towards me, or you're going to have it facing towards you. And what you're going to do is you're going to rub this hook against your thumb glove as you pull all these fuzzy little bits here into the dreadlock. You do it a few times and then you stop, and then you move to another part. You put it through the center of the dreadlock, and what you're trying to do is you're just trying to get these little bits here that are around this needle, and you're going to run it across your thumb so you catch all the little bits, and you're going to pull it into the dreadlock. But don't pull it right out the other side, because if you pull it right out the other side, you're just going to end up with big huge things flying out this way. You're going to have to turn it around and do it again. So I work down like this with my 175, and I just work all the way down. I'll turn it over. You can kind of see where I've pulled in here. Put it through, pull it again. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit and show you exactly where I'm getting at here. So this needle is going right through the nest of this. And see all of this loose hair right here? You're going to grab that hair between this thumb and this needle. See how it lays across? You can place it there on purpose if you need to, but generally if you're going to be going in and out like this, in this kind of motion is what you're going to do. So you're going to go into the dreadlock in an angle away from you. You're going to move it round, and as you rub this hook against your thumb, you're going to pull in these fuzzies right here. So you can kind of just see there, them little hairs wanting to get attached to that hook as you pull it in. But because there's nothing there to stop them from pinging back off the hook, they're just going to ping back off. But if you put your thumb on top and you rub that needle against that thumb, you'll see that they're all pulled in now. Do you see where I'm getting at? So then you work down the other side and you just only pull it in halfway and keep moving down. Once you get the knack of it, you can really kind of speed up because you know what you're doing. I'll just zoom back out again so you get full view. So you're really making a good nest type situation here, but it's now flat. So what I suggest at this point is to roll it. So let me just move my camera around. Ignore my sewing machine. My sewing machine is there. So I roll it in between my hands. And what this does, it just gives it that cylindrical shape, the dreadlock shape that you're looking for. You don't want a flat lock, not unless that's what you're looking for. Then by all means, make flat locks. But I actually got questioned the other day about, I got told you couldn't palm roll dreadlocks when they're dry. Or you shouldn't palm roll dreadlocks because it's bad for them. Well, if I didn't palm roll this dreadlock right now, this dreadlock would still be flat, and the little hairs wouldn't be so neatly put together, and it wouldn't be holding its own right now, and it is. So that was my use with the 0.75. Now I go in with this one, the 0.5 mil, and I do exactly the same thing, and I just work it in. And you can probably see, if I zoom in, watch the hairs up here. Once I'm pulling this, you probably see it all trying to like ping in and move together and tighten itself up. I can see a few hairs getting pulled in there. If I go really slowly, you can kind of see them getting pulled. You see that there? Take it out, move it down, and keep going. So just work your way all the way down. Once you get the cylindrical shape to this, now I explained it better in my other video, you will rotate the dreadlock between your two fingers and your thumb. And what you're doing is you're holding this needle in the dreadlock against your thumb and then holding it down with your two fingers. Okay? So what that does is it gives you support to be able to roll it, yeah? But also support to be able to move this needle in the back between the fingers if you needed to grab hold of hair for any reason that just decided to slip out. So yeah, that's kind of it really. Just work your way down. And to be fair, this is quite a fat dreadlock, but it's double wefted. It's really good quality human hair. I always suggest that if you're going to get human hair extensions, don't cheap out. Don't get really cheap human hair, because it's only going to be in your extensions for a number of months and it's going to start snapping and breaking and getting weak points, and it's going to be really, really itchy and super coarse. And that's not what you want. I mean, dreadlocks can be itchy anyway, regardless. But if you get some decent quality hair extensions, then you're not going to be as itchy, and it's going to last a lot longer because it's healthier hair. It really comes down to you pay for what you get when it comes to this. Now, latch hooking. To be honest, I've never really used the latch hook in any great manner. I prefer the crochet hook, but I can show you how to latch hook. So the hook has this little latch on it here, and you're going to push it in through the dreadlock, exactly the same how we've been doing the crochet hook. Now if you have any spare wispies around, which I don't really have, I mean there's a couple here, see if I can grab hold of them, there's a couple there. So what happens is this little dude closes and it pulls it out the other side, and then you turn the dreadlock and put it back through and grab some more wispies, pull them out the other side, turn, go back in. And what this does is creates a cage around the dreadlock, so you can have a nice soft pliable lock that will move quite freely without being too stiff. Now crochet hooking kind of really stiffens up that lock, I think anyway. But if you create a cage around your lock, once you've done that beginning back comb section, if you create a cage around it, it's really nice and soft and kind of fluffy and big and chunky. And if that's the kind of thing that you're looking for, then go for it. So that's all you do really, is you just keep going round and in and out and moving that. And you can move it back the other way if you needed to, come this way with it and come back through, and then pick up some more. I mean, it's each to their own. Whoever finds easiest or best effective for them, it's entirely up to you. Everybody has their own little way of doing things, and to some people it might be the wrong way, but for that person it's working really well for them, so for them it's the right way. So that's kind of it really. So that is how I make a dreadlock extension. Once it's done and it's standing up on its own like this crazy dude, then you can basically go and take your scissors and snip it off across here. You brush out this top section just to make it nice and fluffy, and then you can go and apply it onto one of your dreadlocks. But for today, that is all. Thanks for watching, and if you liked it, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, press that bell, and Put it onto notifications so you can see when I next put a